In the heart of Surry Hills, inside the storied Hibernian house, a building already woven into Sydney's street art mythology. A new cultural engine has switched on. Gallery Brave. Founded by James Leggett and the team behind Today the Brave, is carving out a space for artists who don't wait for permission. Leggett and his team didn't set out to create just another gallery. They built a platform for risk takers, a home for boundary pushers, creative outsiders, and anyone bold enough to put something raw, vulnerable, or disruptive on the wall. Gallery Brave exists for the people who make culture, not just consume it. The debut exhibition that set the tone opened with work from world-famous street artist Shepard Fairey, before shifting into a more localised frame with Among the Brave, a group show featuring more than 30 artists shaping Australia's street-level identity. It's an ecosystem built to merge creativity with underground talent and bring the energy of the streets straight into the gallery space. In this episode of Frank TV, we step inside Hibernian House to explore the vision James and his team is driving, the collision of high art polish with street-bred grit, and the bold experiment that is Gallery Brave. This isn't just a gallery, it's a cultural statement, a reminder that in a city obsessed with gloss, the brave ones still break the mold.
Hibernian is an iconic building in Sydney. It's one of the great creative hearts of Sydney that's left. So much of Sydney's gone. And this building is just an organic, incredible space filled with wonderful people doing whatever it is that they do. It's bleeding in authenticity and it's fucking awesome. And we're a creative agency and we love making cool, creative things. And so having the opportunity to borrow some space in this environment is something we're very appreciative of. I think from a commercial perspective, we're an advertising agency. We make ads that sell products for people. To do that, we need to have amazing creative people who feel pumped and jazzed about their everyday. And being in an environment like this, surrounded by people doing fucking cool things, just gives us an unfair advantage, I think. Shoreditch is epic because everywhere you go, you see incredible street art and every day it changes. And that's so, if you're into that, which I am, it's so stimulating, it's so incredible, it's awesome. Sydney is not that. Sydney is anodyne, it's sanitised. Any work that gets put up gets buffed out. There's so few spaces where you can see really cool stuff and it's a real shame. And I think when you see work on the street, it creates familiarity, it creates desire, and then when those artists are displayed in galleries, people buy it. And I don't think there's the same scene in Sydney. You don't see the work on the streets. I think the Shepard Fairey thing, I think one mural, I think that mural is fucking dope, but I don't think one mural is what we're talking about. Right? I think you need, like that, and back to Hibernian, that's where Hibernian is so awesome. I walk these corridors every day and there's new work always, and that's so good. One mural in the city that hasn't changed since he was here, I think we need more than that, and I can't affect that. The community of people around Hibernian, I think they're doing an awesome job here, and I think the gallery downstairs is just one little step. I mean, like, who are we? We're just some fucking people, but at least we can do something, and if everyone does one little step, then we'll go somewhere, I reckon. Well, Jazz is a fucking legend. She is one of the most incredible, generous people with her time. She's really well connected and she loves the Sydney art scene and particularly street art. Downstairs, Gallery Brave is an environment, it's a space that's open for artists to display their work. It's not a commercial venture for us, we don't make any money. It's so sad that there's so few places in Sydney where people can show their work. So we thought, fuck it, let's take some space and provide a platform, a metaphoric canvas for these awesome artists to do some cool shit.
much originally goes way back to Cranium, and it all starts with Edbert. Edbert's one of our old school artists from our events. He hit me up because he's basically working with Today the Brave, and this was only going back like 4 weeks ago, so this has all happened in a very short space of time. And they were like wanting to basically put on an event and just bring all the characters that we kind of have at our events, like Cranium and Midsole, and basically just bring the community together, because it's like, you know, we have a lot of competition with Melbourne, and it's like there's so much talent in Sydney, and I'm all about, like, you know, grow where you're planted. I'm not here to like go anywhere else. I just want to keep the community growing here. So Ebert calls me down, he's like, let's do something with Today the Brave and just put on a show. It was actually supposed to just be something small.
I just joined Today the Brave. James, my boss, he is a collector, like a street art collector, and then he got the space down there. He was like, hey, we have a gap for the gallery, but you only have 2 weeks to make it happen. And I was like, yep, yes. And called her, and then here we are.
We were planning on doing something bigger next year. This is exactly how it panned out. And then it just started to spiral. I put out a call out for artists, and next day I probably locked in already 30 artists.
No, that was 3 hours. 3 hours, you get that?
To me, that's quite a normal response. In a lot of my events and shows, I pretty much have about sometimes 80, sometimes 100.
Yeah.
Just from that momentum itself, this is how it just naturally rolled. Like, we just thinking it's going to be small, one artist after the other, it just spiraled, and the community were just on board. And Edbert is the one to put on the actual theme, like amongst the brave. Among the brave, I kept saying amongst the brave.
What does street art represent to you guys in 2025 in Sydney as a fucking world city?
The comeback. So like, we're here.
Why?
Why? It just comes straight out of passion and love. Like, it's in our blood veins. Like, I'm gonna be 39, and I'm like, I still have the same passion for it as I did from when I first started. And I feel like that's why we're a collective. We all have that passion. And it's like, when you do just love art and you are a creative, it's just something you're born with. And I guess that's why we're all so connected, because we all have the same kind of mindset. And that's why we're so, I would say, successful in what we do. Like, we all come from nothing, pretty much. I've seen people come in not knowing who they are as an artist, and just throughout these events create so much confidence in themselves. And there's international artists now, like, skyrocketing, and it's humbling to see.
You was so west, you know we got the grand package. Scratches, man, stacking the action, capsize your bandwagon. My hand snatching and grabbing a lamp off of Aladdin and an abandoned captain. The captain got the
hip hop in Australia and Sydney hip hop is part of graffiti. Graffiti is only one of the elements of hip hop. Being able to do that here when we did it and combine the art we make visually with physical art forms like dance, with beatboxing, with MCing, to have that one moment that we did have to bring all the elements of hip hop together was a special moment.
Biggest hearts, the sharpest tongues, and the illest quips. Embark on this mish, we boss our skippers, tricking out your trip to get you swimming in subversive rhyme spit. Now is the time, we're here to listen to you, and you could return the flavor, maybe learn something new.
But I do think this is a great thing to see Hibernian alive again and activated, not just in the sort of, it's always got an underground vibe, it's always got artists here, it's always got creatives here, but to see someone pushing and working really hard to make something that's commercial, that's got a face to the street, that's what Gallery Brave is to me. This show, I only knew about this show like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, so I had to really hustle, do my artist study very quickly, and then focus on the painting. Being all about among the brave and to my brave people, my painting was named after my friend who recently passed away, and he was the major sponsor of the Canberra Brave, which is an ice hockey team. And I also did a big shout out for my friend Dingo in the painting, who's one of the bravest motherfuckers I know, who was just a kid from Melbourne with a dream, and he kicked open doors for us on a world stage. And that's how I got to paint for Monster in the United States That's how I got to be on primetime television in America. That's really what created my career, was the bravery of that young man who passed away recently. In Paul Keating's words, we've always been the arsehole of the earth. So we were a long way away from the action. We're very fortunate here to be doing an interview with a magazine from New York, because Sydney is probably the furthest western city from New York. Like, I mean, I don't know anything further away. To bring those two things together is a massive opportunity. Sydney's got a lot to prove. It's been marred by some inappropriate shit. It's been held back by some small minds. We live in a world of mass surveillance, where doing things like graffiti and street art are getting very, very difficult. And to be supported by people from advertising agencies, people who are willing to invest their money, their time and their reputation into what we do, it's a huge thing, and that is what first inspired the movement, and that is what will drive it into the future.
We could walk around Surry Hills in Sydney and we could see street art, if we could see stencils and wheat pasting, we could see bombing, we could see tagging. If we could see that on the streets, if we could see artists on the streets, it'd be fucking epic. And then if we could provide a bunch of environments where those people could show their work in a way that meant that they were making the money and not the galleries taking the commissions, then I think you'd probably have a scene where you've got more people doing more art, and I think the world would be a better place.
Come in here, say hi. Say hi if you don't do that. Alright, Aziz, alright, sorry, yeah, there we go. That's alright, you just walking through, yeah, it's cool.